They back down from no one, and they're rough and rugged. As far as I'm concerned, I think they take this series in 6 games. They steal one of the first 2 in San Antonio. They go back and they protect their home court. They may lose a close nail-biter in Game 5, but they come back to Memphis for Game 6. And that frenzied, rabid crowd in Memphis, Tennessee, who's been starving to root for something other than Elvis for forever, they find themselves 48 minutes away from a trip to the NBA Finals. They come out and they roll over San Antonio, and they close this deal in 6 games.
Okay, let me ask you this. Stars win when you get this deep in the playoffs. Which team has the more star power?
Well, the team, you know what, Skip? That's a very interesting question, because usually you always ask me that question. And when a team doesn't have stars, I'll tell you that. And I'm telling you that Memphis doesn't necessarily have stars. The problem with your argument in this particular instance is that you can make the argument of Tony Parker, even though up against him, and I like Conley's chances here. Not saying he's better, but I like his chances. But the other 2 stars are aging stars. They're not what they used to be. They have name recognition and cachet, but they are not what they used to be. Years ago, Tim Duncan would have eaten Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol alive. That ain't the case now. When you have trouble dealing with Andrew Bogut, what you gonna do against Marc Gasol? You're gonna have your work cut out for you. I'm not saying that nobody's gonna just sit there and run roughshod over Tim Duncan. He's too great to be respected. But Marc Gasol or Andrew Bogut, who you going with? I know who I'm going with, and his name is Marc Gasol. And Zach Randolph, even though he always goes left and doesn't have a right hand, nobody can seem to stop him. You know? So for me, the combination of those 2 and the low post, I'm going to sound sacrilegious here, but I'll take that over Tim Duncan and Tiago Splitter.
Okay? I'm here to tell you that last night for the first 3 quarters, Tim Duncan was special. He was vintage. And I'm here to tell you that even though Manu shot 1 for 6 last night, he was special. He was a star. He impacted that game 20 other ways, in ways that they would not have won without his assist. He had 11 assists in that game. Yes.
Hey, Manu. Real quick. Kendrick Perkins is a really, really tough dude for OKC, correct?
Yeah.
But even though he's tough, right, and Tim Duncan can have his way. You know one of the reasons why Tim Duncan had some degree of success? Because he could shoot over him. Gasol 7-1.
Yep.
Remember that.
No, I know. Kendrick became an offensive liability.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just saying.
I get it.
Gasol is a big boy.
Last quick point. Which team is more battle-tested in conference finals?
Obviously, you're
San Antonio.
This is the first time Memphis has ever been there. Just point of order.
All right. Well, listen, Spurs Nation, stand up. Skip Bayless has made a huge statement here. He's behind his Spurs. It's official. Hey,
no.
Stephen A., are you surprised?
I made the big message. There ain't no message for Skip Bayless to sit there and talk about the Spurs. It's Memphis. That's the big message.
Are you surprised he's not being emotional at all and deciding to go to Spurs? You know he's been on the fence. We already know Memphis has a chance.
He is being emotional. But that's all right. He's entitled. Who am I to talk about it the way I am about my Knicks? I can't knock Skip for that.
You absolutely
I gotta respect that.
Black and silver, baby.
Here we go. All of us representing. All right, guys. Coming up next. This is a good topic we have.